What's up, guys, and Happy New Year. So we are back. It's the beginning of the year. Everyone, new year, new me. You know, it's gonna be the same good old stuff here. You pretty much always do good stuff here, so then why change anything that's good if it's not bad, right? Did I say that right? I don't know if I said that right. Anyways, we got the 60 out of here. You guys saw that video already. It will be back in a few weeks. But right now we do have Mike's caddy on the way, which we did build a custom gravity fed setup for probably a few years back, and it's gone to a few other shops. It got some work done. Well, in between that, there's some issues going on with the car, so he just contacted me, and it's on the way. It's on the tow truck. It's coming over here. We're gonna fix some leaks and some little issues he had. He wants that thing dialed in perfect, so of course we're gonna fix it for him. In the meantime, while we're waiting for it, we got a whole bunch going on in the back, and let's take you around over there. Did you guys order a big hitch cover? This is going in the back of a big truck, right? Just kidding. We are building a custom Chevy bow tie pump cover. This is for one of our customers. My dad sold this job, and well, what we're doing is pretty much building a huge cover out of 3/16. Now this bad boy is going to be heavy, but the pumps are going to pretty much mount on the side of here. It's out of the back side. You're going to see a little bit of the motor. Fittings are coming off the top, which right now these holes are undersized, but we do got to drill them two size. That way they are perfect. And then we do have a big old double layer Chevrolet logo going on there. Bam. Now that's pretty cool. It's different. I like it. And I always like different. You guys know me. So I am digging it. And what I'm not digging is all the welding. I got to weld all these seams here, here, here. All those seams got to get welded up. Thank God we got a good handy Miller. Again, this video isn't sponsored by Miller. I think I just heard a tow truck come up. Let me see if that is... no, I lied. It's the tire guys from across the street. I thought the tow truck was here. So in the meantime, till that car gets here, we are going to be working on this big old bow tie. Gonna weld up all these seams and gonna mold them smooth. That way you can't tell. It's gonna be a big old bow tie. So let me get going. Yeah, well, this video isn't starting off so good. I lost my helmet. Found my helmet, found my gloves. Alright, let's get rolling. These are 12-inch passives. These are 12-inch wide, 12-inch wide, 12-inch. So I got, see, 12, 24, 36, 48. There's probably about I don't know, about 12 feet of welding I gotta do right here. So let me adjust my welder to how I want this. I want a little more wire in here than heat. That way it builds up high. And again, I know you guys that follow me, I talked about the welds, how I weld differently for certain things. This is gonna be more of a molding weld. That way it sits higher. It sits above the material I'm working with. That way when I go and mold it, we're not actually taking away the material, we're only taking away the excess weld and blending this guy smooth. So I don't even know how I want to start this guy. Probably this side. And well, there you guys go. It's welded together. Again, these welds are molding welds. These aren't finishing welds. So they're going to look completely different than my normal ones. But if you guys kind of see, we kind of stack them high. That way we could break them down. That way we're not having to come in and re-weld a whole bunch of stuff. So those are all welded up. Now I just got to grind them smooth and let the time lapse begin. guys, it just got here.
Go ahead. Okay, yeah, please. A little more. Right there. Now put it down more. Put the front down more. All right, come on, slow.
All right, time to get started on this bad boy. There's the setup. We're just coming in and just fine tuning it real quick, making sure there's no leaks. We want to make sure that this car is street worthy also, so we're gonna put it up on the hoist right after we're done with the leak test. Last night we did leave it up on pressure, and it did good. It didn't go down. There's just very minor wetness going on in some of the fittings. It wasn't even really a big leak. It was just kind of like condensation. You could barely feel it. Like it was just kind of like slippery. So we're just gonna change some seals real quick, and we should be good to go. After that, we'll test it again, let it sit, and then put it up on the hoist. So guys, one easy way to find leaks is leave the car up on pressure for, you know, X amount of time. We left it up overnight. Now that way it's a little easier to check, but then you just come in and just run your fingers over, you know, everything here. You run your fingers over it, you'll feel either there's oil or there's no oil. I mean, you'll feel the sliminess of it. And so far there hasn't really been anything on here. There was a few over here. We just tightened those up, so I actually gotta wipe these up still. But yeah, if you come in and just stick your finger in between the threads and the nut, see how that has a little bit of oil right there? We'll go ahead and wipe that up, tighten it up, and then recheck it again. All right, all the leaks are all fixed. Let's get the ground on. Alright, and we're going to leave it up right here on pressure for the next hour or two. Check for any other leaks. I know he did mention his cylinders were leaking, so after we check the leaks on the pumps and everything's looking good from there, then the next step is going to get this car up on the hoist and do a suspension check for the bottom. Now guys, we are fixing the leaning issue. So when he hits the switch up, the car kind of goes up kind of crooked. When he dumps it down, it goes down even crookeder. And the reason for that is, even though he has 4 dumps, it should technically act like a front, back, side to side, where each corner should be checked. The issue is when they installed it, they teed the 2 hoses together, then they teed it together one more time. So this is the front tee where they teed the 2 hoses together. Then they teed it again up there off the cylinder. So the issue with that is now they technically created a front and back system. So what's happening is now when he hits the switch, because the oil is closer to this cylinder, it's actually releasing out of that cylinder first before this one over here in the corner. If you guys could, there you go, if you guys can see it right there. So in order to get to this, what we're doing is instead of removing all his batteries and all of that, whatever you got going on up there, we're just gonna eliminate that T, put a 90 there, and we're gonna plug that guy. That way we don't have to take off his whole upholstery. California Upholstery did it, and when California Upholstery does their upholstery, everything is very, very tight and snug. And I just don't like taking it apart if we don't have to. In this case, I don't want to, because this doesn't really fit back the same anymore after. So we're just gonna plug that guy up there, which isn't gonna affect anything performance-wise. It's gonna act as a 90, and we're just gonna extend this hose out and put a longer one in there. And that way we can eliminate the leaning issue going on. So that's what we got to do right now. Alright guys, so we're doing a bottom suspension check right now, and well, it wasn't too bad, but there's a few little issues that we saw right off the bat. Shocks were bad, so we're going to drop the shocks right now. I was hearing a clinky noise every time I hit the backup. It's kind of like a clink, clink, clink. At first I thought it was a donut possibly, the cylinder not in place right, but it just happened to be a quick fix of the shocks. So I just got the part number off of them. We just cross-referenced them with our local auto parts store. They're on their way right now. He was also running cylinder bolts with no lock washers, and they were about to fall off actually, so we caught it just in time. We're gonna reuse all these cups since everything is still good. All we're gonna do is put new bolts, lock washers, and Loctite them. I already did one side, so I'm just gonna work my way over to the other. And that bottom's a 3/4 if you guys are wondering, for the cylinder bolt. That's all ready to go. Oh, perfect timing. I was talking about it. Shocks are here. Thank you. Alright guys, got the new shocks here. New shock. And, oh, I like how they actually give us replacement hardware. I like using these ones right here. Oh, they give us hardware, spacer, and everything. That works out perfect. And it's not a 7/16 like it normally are. Kind of shows you how bad they were looking. Yep. Yeah, they're pretty blown out too. Yep, well, they're gone. Just drop the other one out since I got the tools right here. Alright, now I'm getting mad. Hey Vic! You want to see if you can try to get the last shock bolt out? See if you can hold the bolt or the wrench up there. It's a little hard to do. It's the last one, of course. I'm fucking out all the time. I got the new hardware up on top, and let's see if it's got a tighten one. Oh, wrong size. What size is this? Oh no. Get the bottoms on and use the new hardware that they supplied us. It's cleaner, looks better. Yeah, nice and stiff. By yourself, you learn little tricks here and there. Save you some time and some headache. cylinders are leaking a little bit, so we're just gonna drop them out, rebuild them. He has a pretty small coil on the front, so we should be able to drop it without taking everything apart. Just gotta loosen this guy up. Again, pressure's already off, so we don't have to worry about pressure being here. It is going to leak a little bit of residual, but that's normal. All right, we got that one done. And probably get off a rag. I don't want it to squirt up into the hood when I push on it. So we're just going to kind of slightly cover it just so we control the stream a little bit. I didn't control this as good as I wanted to, but still leaked. And it's never a good sign when your stuff just starts falling apart, right? So luckily we're gonna fix all that. Close that place. Gotta get that cylinder out of there. And cylinder's out of place. One thing we did notice is they had the wrong donuts in here. These donuts are actually about to go right through the hole, so we're going to swap those out, get the correct ones in, obviously clean all this up. You can tell all this is loose, so we're going to rebuild these guys. They need the rebuild for sure. Yeah, you can tell, look at this. This was never even tightened, whoever installed these. So, I mean, they do back off over time, but normally they are tighter than that. Then we're going to repeat the same thing for the other side.